Hey guys, it's Allie, and in today's video, I'm fixing up another doll, a Chrissa Maxwell doll. If you watched last week's video, you would know that I recently purchased a Ruthie doll, and at the end of the video, I said that I had another doll that I bought as well. This is her, this is Chrissa. I got her for $60 Canadian, just like I did with Ruthie, and we are fixing her up today. Chrissa was never a doll that was necessarily on my wish list, but when the opportunity came to get a cheap, decent condition Chrissa, who is a retired girl of the year, I knew I had to get her. Also, Paris Wonders AG is obsessed with Chrissa, and she's starting to make me want her because I feel like having Chrissa is so cool. Not a lot of people actually post photos of Chrissa or have her, so I feel like she's a very cool, unique doll to add to my collection. So let's move on to what is wrong with Chrissa, and then we will fix her up. She has very loose limbs, just like most used dolls. She also has a small little black mark on her knee, which I can hopefully just remove with a magic eraser. No major damage to the body cloth or anything. Her hair is decent, it just needs a brush, and there is one little mark on her cheek that I'm gonna try my best to remove. I don't know if I will be able to though. So like any fixing up video, once we talk about flaws, we will get into the fixing. So I'm going to be cleaning her limbs. I always use a magic eraser. You can use baking soda too. However, I found over the years using a magic eraser is just way easier because you don't have to mix ingredients, and it does a really good job. Plus, you get the satisfaction of seeing all the dirt that you took off, which is always fun. It's a staple for these videos. Given the fact that I just posted a fixing up video, this feels super repetitive to me right now, but a lot of you guys seem to enjoy these videos, and it's always nice seeing a glow up on a doll, so I make them for you guys. Here's all the dirt that came off on Chrissa. Now we are moving on to limb tightening. So I am taking off her head. That sounds so wrong. You can add that to like the plethora of words that we use in the doll community that would sound very weird to any non-doll collector, like, oh, I'm doing an eye swap. We're tightening the limb. Comment down more because they are so funny, and I can go on forever about funny things doll collectors say. So now we are going to be taking out all of the stuffing, of course, because the head is off, and I will put it into a bag as I always do. It's just easier to keep track of the stuffing since you want to make sure that everything that came out of the body gets put back in and you're not missing any pieces of stuffing. So we've got the hair ties, and I'm going to be limb tightening. I did explain this a little bit more in depth if you watched my Ruthie fixing up video from last week. Go do it. Ruthie and Chrissa, they are a duo in my collection. Their fixing up videos are a duo as well. But just to re-explain it, if you did not watch that video, what you do is you pull on the string. Depending on the age of your doll, this might either be a knot like it is with Chrissa or a metal piece. You're going to pull that string as hard as you can, and then you're going to tie the elastic under the knot or metal piece so it forces the piece of string to be a bit tighter, and then that will make the limb tighter in turn. So you're going to do this for all the limbs that you want to do that are loose. I just did all 4 of them just in case. Some people choose to completely restring the limb over just doing this temporary tightening method. I do not have the confidence or skills to be able to do that, and most people just tend to do basic limb tightening like this. Then of course, when you are done tightening the limbs, you can restuff your doll. I did it off camera since it's easier for me, since you really have to shove that stuffing down there. Here are her newly tightened limbs. They look really good, and they are not wobbling at all, especially compared to the before photos, or videos, I guess. I'm shampooing her hair with the same things that I used on my Ruthie doll, some L'Oreal shampoo and conditioner. Her hair was really soft, so I didn't really need to wash it. However, since she is a secondhand doll, I like just creating a brand new clean slate and shampooing all the dirt out, and then every time I shampoo hair, I always add conditioner anyways. I started by spraying her hair with a water bottle and then doing the basic brush through. You always want to make sure when you are brushing doll hair that you start from the bottom, get out the knots, and then work your way up. That way you try and avoid things like split ends. So I have Chrissa, her head is attached to her body. I've wrapped a towel around her so I can try my best to not get any water on her body cloth, and her head is in my sink so I can start washing her hair. Don't use super hot water because their hair is synthetic and we don't want it to melt. I tend to use cold water anyways for almost anything. Like, I always wash my hands with cold water, so her hair is getting washed with cold water as well. First, I apply the shampoo and I just run it through the ends of her hair. This was a little bit difficult with Chrissa as her hair is a lot shorter than some other dolls. You just don't want to get the wig cap wet because that could loosen the glue. So once the shampoo was all rubbed in, I washed it out with some water, and then we're moving on to conditioner. Once again, using the L'Oreal conditioner, rubbed it through the ends of her hair, and then I let it sit for a few minutes off camera so it would absorb and make everything nice and soft. When a few minutes were up, I washed out the conditioner. Then I let her drip dry in the bathtub with Ruthie. I did do some split end cutting off camera, but her hair did dry overnight, and here are the after photos of this beautiful doll. Her blue eyes are so stunning and captivating. I managed to get off the mark in her leg. Of course, as I showed you earlier, her limbs are way tighter. Her hair looks really good. The only problem that she still has is that mark on her cheek. I tried using some micro mesh, a magic eraser, and I can't really get it off, but it's one of those marks that's really only noticeable in certain lighting. Her hair usually does cast a shadow on it anyway, so it's not too noticeable. And then of course, you can always edit it out with the healing tool or a cloning tool in Photoshop or Lightroom. So now for the all-important name reveal. Her name is going to be Margot Avery Maxwell. Margot seems to suit her really well, and it reminds me of Legally Blonde, Elle's best friend Margot. I love Legally Blonde the musical. If you like it, let me know. We will talk. And then of course, as I usually do, Avery was the second place contender name, so I just smacked it in as a middle name. And then Maxwell is Chrissa's last name. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. And now that I've introduced the two newest dolls in my collection throughout these past few videos, the All My Dolls video for 2021 is going to be coming in the next few weeks. I have it all filmed. I was just waiting to finish this video, so you got to know the new doll before I just randomly threw her in an All My Dolls video. But I'm very excited to post that. Comment down below if you guys own a Chrissa Maxwell doll. I'm very curious as I feel like she's not super common. And of course, subscribe to my channel and ring that bell so you're notified when I post another video, and especially that upcoming All My Dolls video that I am working on. Have an amazing day, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!